Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here, playing Halo Reach as a part of the Master Chief Collection, and in this video, I'm going to show you one of the coolest Easter eggs in any game of all time, and that is Halsey's lab. It's going to be on the mission The Package. You can start from Rally Point Charlie. You will need to be in Legendary difficulty, and I'm going to be playing it in co-op as it is a little bit easier to do this way. Doing this will also unlock the achievement, "This is not the greatest lab in the world." It seems to be a little bit of a reference to the Tenacious D song. But in order to do this, you will start at this rally point and you will do a bunch of waves of enemies, and eventually it'll let you know that you are done this area and you should go through the gate and activate the switch in order to proceed. But do not do that. Instead, grab a jetpack off of the wall nearby, and what you're going to want to do is start heading in this direction between these two turrets. You probably want to have a couple of teammates with you behind you, as this next part is really tricky and failing it will cause you to die. Now if you die in solo, you'll have to kind of restart at a checkpoint, but if you have multiple people in the party, everyone can kind of attempt it until you get it done correctly. Being able to spawn off of each other makes this a lot easier because we're trying to hit a button, and hitting the button is really hard on its own, but hitting the button and then surviving afterwards is even harder. This kind of just prevents us from the failure state. Now what you want to do is jump up on this ledge, and what you're going to be doing is very slowly jetpacking and then rubbing yourself against the wall and making sure you fall perfectly in the middle of where the button is, making sure to activate it. Feel free to try to save yourself, but if you're playing on co-op, you can die and then respawn safely near your teammates. At this point, what you want to do is now head back up the hill where you started defending when you started this section of the game, and about 10 or maybe 15 golden elites will spawn. Most of them will have swords, and you're definitely going to want to keep your distance and pick them off. This is also really hard when you're playing solo, and significantly easier in a party of 4. The elites also throw an ungodly amount of grenades at you, and you definitely want to keep your distance, like I said, because of their swords. If everyone throws some nades, you get a couple of turrets helping you out. Maybe someone is in a wraith. It isn't too hard with a 4-person squad. Now, eventually when they're all dead, and some of them do hide behind rocks, so watch out for their lurking, you're going to work your way between the kind of building on the left and the building on the right, and there is a little bit of a path that separates those two buildings. And once you go in that path and head up the back, you'll notice that there is a little bit of a secret door. And this door will only open if you press the button with the jetpack trick I showed earlier. Once you're inside of this room with everyone else, pushing forward will respawn you in the actual Easter egg room, and your achievement should unlock at this point, but I would highly recommend that you go into the room and let me show you exactly all the things that you can see once you're in here. Now this is a tribute room to Bungie, which is why they called the achievement "This is not the greatest lab in the world." It's a tribute. Now in the room you'll have a bunch of databases which we'll go through first. There's a red versus blue database. There is a database here for the HBO, which was a marketing thing for this game. There is a 7th column communications database. There is a computer with an image of Ling Ling the dog. As well, there's a computer here with the jump program, which I believe was a Halo 1 video back in the day, kind of when Machinima first started. There was a Fight the Flood database here. There is an HFCS database as well, and a database for I Like Pie. And all these things will be bringing back a lot of memories for any Halo fans who have been playing this game for a very long time. Now in this corner here you can also find Bungie's 7 Steps to World Domination, which was a little bit of an Easter egg in itself. In the room you can also find Halsey's journal, which is a physical object that came with the collector's edition of the game. There's also going to be 4 pictures in the area. There's a Halo 1 picture on one of the sides of the database. There is a Halo 2 picture, which is, my favorite picture. And then a picture for Halo 3, which is my personal favorite Halo game. And last but not least, we can also find a picture of Marty O'Donnell, who did a lot of the music for Halo up until recently, and now I think has his own little thing going on, side gig. But that's pretty much all you can see in the room. I also forgot there was a small journal, Halsey's journal. It doesn't really look anything particular other than it matches the journal you would have gotten if you got the collector's edition of this game. But you can enjoy the room for a little bit before you leave. And thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Share with some friends. And hopefully I see you soon. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Shout out to Double O. Peace.